Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in this one I'm going to show you how to make a basic spell select. What this does is it allows them to pick what happens when they punch, but of course you could add this to a wand or whatever you want. But I'm on my Oblivion remake map, so I've got the different schools of magic that are used in that, and pretty much, let's say I want to go in and choose a destruction spell, and I divided it further to kind of save on the menu being really large. So let's say they want a fire spell, and I have it set up to where if they have the history of it, it shows a 1, and if they don't have the history, it shows a 0. That way I don't have to do the whole, if they have weak fire, then the menu will only do this, and then I've got to check if they have both these, and then if they have all 3, and if they have just this one, and it's just easier to do the history because you can actually put a number for histories. But pretty much if I select it, and then I go to where there's monsters, which there's some sewers down here, I can actually use my fire spell on the monsters as soon as they spawn in. Where did they go? I heard one. There he is. Burn! Well, and then if you do a different one, you could change your spell. It's pretty easy to do. For the most part, it's a whole bunch of menus, but if I choose restoration, I can heal myself. I made some particles. But to do that, you're going to need a few scripts. First, you're going to need, well, if you're going to do a custom menu, like I did, when the update comes out, the next update, there's going to be a new script where you can set stuff to when the player presses X, for like if they don't have fly in your world. So I'm going to change it to that, but for now I'm using a custom menu. And I've got the main one, like what would you like to do, reset your progress and stuff. So you're pretty much going to go through and do your spell select, and then the script it's running is called spells. Then we need that script called spells, which I have right here. It's called spells. It pretty much has just the different stuff, and then like for alteration I have ALT menu, conjuration, stuff like that. You pretty much choose like your categories, or if you only have like 4 spells, you could all put them right here. After you've got your menus that reference that, like let's say in my destruction, I've got that whole menu that tells me, okay, this is fire, ice, whatever. Pretty much a whole bunch of menus that kind of reference each other. Whoops, not that one. Then I've got the fire menus, it's the same thing, but each one of these sets a different one of these. So far I've only got fire and 1 shock. So for the fire I have, if they pick weak fire, it's going to do history, spell / fire 1, because that's kind of that's the history that I use for weak fire. So that's, if they have the fire 1 as a history, they're going to have 1. If they don't, it's going to be a 0. And then the script is set weak fire, which is the script that actually sets the spells. And that would be, let's see, set weak fire. If they have the history of the fire true, it will do an item swing for the hand or wand or whatever you want them to use it with, and it will say weak fire is what's going to be ran. And if they don't have that, it'll tell them they haven't learned the spell and they can't select it. You could do a whole other script, like just a script, and it reruns the menu, like the fire menu that shows you weak fire, fire, and master, which that way if they pick it, they haven't learned it, it opens the menu again. Then you need your spell that it references. So for when I did the set item swing, I make it reference one of my spells, this fire weak, which is the if has mana. And I also made it to where if it attacks a Diablo, it does less damage. So first it checks if they've got the mana, if they hit something, and if it's a Diablo. But you can't really detect, is this that I'm hitting a Diablo? So what I'm doing is there a Diablo around them? So if that's true, I set the radius of this to 10 to check, because that's the range. So if there's a Diablo around them, because all the monsters are divided up on this map, chances are that's going to be the case. Then it will do the take away 25, and then it only does 5 to Diablos with the -3 a second for 5 seconds. And then it also checks, okay, if it's not a Diablo, then it'll do 10 damage. And then if they don't have enough mana. But that's kind of the idea of how to make a spell select. It's pretty easy to do, it's just a whole bunch of menus until you get what you want. But again, if you have like 5 spells or something, if you can fit them all on like this list right here, you don't even need to sort them like I did. And then I had to deselect just to make sure that if they need to punch something, they don't accidentally cast spells and hurt other players, which in turn might have stronger spells and destroy them. And to do that, all it is it sets the item swing to none right here for the hand. It's pretty much just whatever spell they choose, it sets the item swing for the hand or whatever you chose to that spell. So that's all you need to do to make a spell select. It's pretty easy. This is just a basic version. You could go with the whole when they swing a book, and then like you type the book and stuff like that, but I haven't messed around too much with this. So anyway, thanks for watching and I hope you enjoyed.